I'm just gonna jump right into it. This definitely is a channeled message collective, and it's deep. So you can have a Cancer, a Pisces, or Aries in your energy. Or they could be an Aries rising, a Cancer rising, or a Pisces rising. Or maybe you're seeing fish and there's a lot of unknown situations because, air signs, Aries is not an air sign, it's actually a fire sign. But what happens to fire when air hits it? It gets blown up. So you could be having a lot of experiences right now with situations that have been blown up. Let me put my other earpiece in because I want to make sure you guys hear me, and all of a sudden the wind picked up when I said that. So confirmation. So somebody is definitely blowing, not air on fire, but something has definitely set a wildfire on a situation. I'm gonna feel like this. I see these two cards down here. I think someone lacked a lot of self-love. They lacked a lot of self-love because what I'm seeing here in this picture is that this person right here lacked self-love. You know, they were trying to find love through relationships after relationships after relationships. And this could have been in any relationship. You know what I'm saying? This could be with the husband, with the boyfriend, with the father, with the mother, with the brother, with the. I feel like this person just couldn't relate to themselves, so they didn't give themselves the love that they were supposed to receive. So they were seeking out love in other people, and when they did not find it, they came to, you know they came fully aware that, they're not finding themselves, and they weren't feeling good about it. So they started, misusing of either medications, prescription drugs, if you will, because I don't see street drugs in there, prescription drugs, and they became an addicted person. And they definitely started, giving money to people, to get prescription drugs, is what I'm hearing. And take this as it resonates. I'm Butterfly Goddess, your spiritual guidance messenger, with a channeled message for you guys today. I did not want to write all this down, and I'm gonna tell you like this: whoever this is, this person has used every excuse and has blamed every other person and used them as a scapegoat because they did not want to deal with their reality. They were the ones out there choosing, because they did not love themselves and their confidence really wasn't as high as it seemed. They were going through some changes. And nobody's seen it because, some people really look good. They know how to wear it on the outside, but they're damaged on the inside. Like I said, this person could have dated an Aries, a Cancer, or a Pisces. However, this person demonized everybody. They made everybody else the problem. Everybody else was at fault. They wasn't owning their shit. And now, something's happening. The world's turning on them. And it's like a karmic experience. Oh shit, watch out. Sorry. My cat just jumped up here really fast and knocked the cards off, and I was trying to grab them, but I grabbed them wrong. I'm sorry, baby. Anyway, this person is really, in a bad position, mentally, emotionally, and physically in a bad position. And I just feel like it's going to take some time. It's going to take some self-reflection. And I have this card here, and it's saying, there's some missing puzzles to this person. They're not pay attention to the important parts, is what they're telling me. And just as I look back down, I'm seeing the scapegoat. They're still not aligning with their purpose, and they're not accepting responsibility for their own actions. So they're not being truly authentic with themselves. I feel like, there comes a time in life where you're going to have to step back and own your shit. So take accountability. Say what's on the inside. At this point, you need to express. I think this person lacks the ability to communicate properly. And at this point now, it's just, it's a bad situation for them. I feel like this person is forever going to have to look at themselves now in such a way that they're going to have to see themselves for who they are. And this person could, have some type of evil entity attached to them, because I feel like they don't vibe at a high. They look the part, You know, they look the part. They look good. They look well, but they're not vibing at a high vibration. You know, this person could be an alpha male or an alpha female. Take it either way, but they may look like an alpha female or alpha male, and they, you know, somehow put that's the like that's their storefront. That's what they look like on the outside, but on the inside, this person is totally, you know, done for, you know, crumbling, and physically, mentally, emotionally, it's coming back up. So, you know, this person is definitely experiencing some really bad hardships on the inside. They're not able to particularly tell you that they're crashed out on the inside. They're not right mentally on the inside. They're not, they need the help, but they don't know how to ask for it because they don't know, you know, that this is like a problem. They don't see it as a problem. And I feel like this person feels like they're carrying too much on their own. But a lot of time, because I see the scapegoat card out there, I feel like this person, you know, also could be the type of person who creates situations, and when the shit don't go in their favor, so they could be a little narcissistic in my opinion. I feel like, you know, the blame game, it's always someone else's fault, but you're the one controlling the narrative. If you created the scene and you put all this mess into the scene and you messed it all up, really that's on you. And I feel like this person always needs someone to rescue them. Why do you need to be rescued if you're the person causing the drowning? You won't drown if you stop jumping into shit. You got to stay in one place and deal with what's in front of you before you can go on to the next thing. And I feel like this person, whoever this person is, collective, this energy has a very negative outlook on life and connotation. And they spend a lot of time, you know, looking at other people's lives and just, you know, giving it an evaluating everybody else's situation or laughing at it. Or I believe the person, you know, thought maybe they were better than that other person. And when they found that, I mean, better than everyone else, somehow this person just feels like, you know, I'm better than you. I don't have to, you know, I don't have to answer to that. I can do what I want, how I want, when I want, where I want, and that's what I'm gonna do. And I think what's going to happen is that, you know, it's gonna become a time where, you know, you're gonna open up, you're probably opening up a door that you don't want to open. You're probably going through a phase. This card said a gaze, but I heard a phase. You're probably going through a phase right now in reality that sits in the reality that you was thinking of. You brought about a certain type of karma by your thoughts and your inner thoughts and your inner, stay off, and your inner, you know, some people don't realize how quickly they can speak things into existence. And I think this person didn't realize that they were speaking things into existence. You spoke your own destination into existence. And believe me, if you wasn't speaking positively at that time, then you could be having some negative effects. And then not only that, but it's showing me two different cards with the heart out, you know. So we got the heart right here of this person, you know, who really needs to be seeking some type of help. And then we got on the mend. So this person, not only, you know, you caused in fractures in a lot of lives, only you got people out there willing to mend, make amends with you. You know, I'm getting attacked. None of this was happening before this video. That's how I know this is crazy work. But you, whoever this person is to you, collective, they really need to go heal. They need to recover because they're addicted to prescription drugs. And I'm showing different types, whether it's pills, medical marijuana. I have down, yeah, it's showing me now. I have to wait. It could be, you know, some type of sipping on some syrups. I'm about to slap everybody. Don't make me sing that song. Whoever you are, you know, I feel like you're going to have to, you know, grow up, adult up, something like that. You know, you're going to have to reach your highest potential. And I feel like if you don't ever reach your highest potential, you're not going to have this peace, harmony, and calm demeanor or lifestyle. And yeah, you know, I'm sorry, but a lot of you guys feel like you should have all these things because you're pretty. That's not how this works. That's not how this works at all. I'm very pretty. I don't have all the things I thought should have been mine, or however, I don't know how y'all look at it. I'm grateful for the things I do have, and I'm cool with that. But when you have certain people who want the unicorn life and a unicorn experience and that unicopia experience, you want it all, but you bring nothing to the table. But your looks, yeah, that didn't work for me either. So whoever this is, I feel like a voice of reason is stepping in. I feel like, intuitively, this person is about to have a lot of insight. I think this person is about to see something in real time. I feel like they're going to experience something. They're going, like, you're going to experience, I feel like whoever you are, collective, either these people are in your energy or this is you that I'm talking to. So if this person is in your energy, just know right now this person is struggling mentally, emotionally, and physically. They are, totally in need of different medical health issues and assistance with all of the above. They're checking every fucking line right now in front of me. I kid you not. It's like a cinematic movie. Right now, I feel like this person is held hostage in their mind, and they're wrestling with themselves and they're battling with themselves. And this person definitely has been caged or is in lockup. So at this point, before those cell doors will even open, it's going to be some questions in mind. And I feel like before those cell doors will open, it's going to be some questions in mind. Okay, so somebody really needs to make sure this person gets a mental health evaluation, because this might be where the knowledge is going to begin. And then I got the feather of hope out here. So a white feather could be significant to some of you guys. And I know that it's showing up because this is where this helping hand is coming in. So this person could be a guardian angel coming in to give this person some intuitive knowledge, some gains, maybe even a history. Like I'm seeing Scrooge, or was it Scrooge? Yeah, I think it was Scrooge. That Christmas movie where they show him or show them how he's acted his whole life and how he's treated people, and he had people working that day. And I feel like this person is about to get a full view of what they've done to people in their past. So now I know this is a karmic experience, because if you're showing me in my past and I'm not doing good things, that means going forward I need to reconsider who I am on the inside, because characteristically on the outside I'm not reflecting what I look like. I look good on the outside, but on the inside I'm a whole mess. And I'm that's what's coming. That's what I'm emulating on the outside. Whole time I'm thinking I'm looking good with it, but no, whole monster. Red could the color red could be significant. So you could like the color red, or you could be seeing red right now, or you seen red in the last few days ago, or there's a red moon, or the element of fire. Again, like I said, something with red is definitely coming out here. And I feel like when we get red in threes, that it's the triumphant phases. Red really signifies like, time to shut shit down, like time to I think it governs how the mood is gonna go. Because when you see somebody step out in red, you're like, okay, you got to be quiet. That's a boss. They got something to say. They want to be heard. However, in this specific situation, I think this person has to go through something here right now. Consciously, they have to go through this mental conflict with themselves in order to appreciate the people in their lives, because a lot of people have been patient and you disrupted their peace, you disrupted their harmony, and you might have destroyed their lives, and they're still willing to give you this opportunity. And they shouldn't have to, because whatever it is about you, you're gonna have to go back to your childlike state of mind and relearn these behaviors in a way that in a new way, because that thing you put out to the universe will sacrifice you, because this experience you're currently experiencing is karmic. It's just karmic. It just is. And oh my gosh, hold on, A peacock could be significant. I don't know if that's a peacock at all. This person definitely needs to practice self-love within themselves and stop trying to find love on the outside noise, outside their body, because they're experiencing, they're taking on characteristics of other people. You might be a bit intuitive yourself. I don't see that your intuition is active. It's just not giving you, you're not listening. That's what it is. You're just not listening. And whoever you are, you're spending too much time doing it all the wrong way, believing that you're always right, because you can't hear. You're not able to take advice, criticism, or communicate with people properly, and you only want to do things your way. And I think your way has placed you in a situation, in a place where now you're going to have to listen. Like, you're going to have to listen now, and I think you're going to have to recall what this looks like for you, because not only are you going to, as I'm seeing this lady carrying this rock up this fucking hill, they're saying to me, now you're going to have to carry those burdens on your shoulders, those decisions on your shoulders. Now you're about to have to, really find out what the power of struggle looks like, to struggle with no power and to be powerless. So whoever you are, I feel like, it's a possibility that you're going to, I'm not going to say surpass because of all the mental stuff, but I feel like you might have a aha moment. I feel like they're going to take you through a transformation, because this says real promise. So I feel like this is your ancestors saying to you that you're going through this experience, whether you love it or not. We're not getting you out. You're going to have to unlock your mind, and you're going to have to truly listen. And you're truly going to have to learn how to communicate. So you're going to have to go through a rebirth, a transformation. It's almost like you weren't humbled enough, and you're getting humbled. But it's also karmic experience, because this karmic experience for me is like, it's like all your characteristics are showing different people's characters. So you could have been raised by like a mother and a father, or in a situation where you just weren't ever wrong and people allowed you to be right all the time, and you're finally seeing that you're not totally all right. You're not right, and or they just didn't discipline, they didn't have enough self-discipline, or you just learned some real bad behaviors from both, because this indecisiveness keeps popping up here, like where you go back and forth in your mind about doing things, but then when you do them carelessly. You just do them carelessly without care. But then when something is going wrong with you, like I said again, scapegoat. You let everybody else take the fall and be the reason that you're doing things, and that's not cool. So maybe in this very moment, you're experiencing, oh yeah, like I said, that fire. You're in the fire now. You're in your hell. You are in your hell. You're experiencing your hell. So you're uncomfortable. You're uncomfortable with your decisions. You're uncomfortable with your situation. You're in a very uncomfortable state. And I feel like when people of this nature get uncomfortable, it wrestles them, and it brings them out of their shell. Okay. Yeah, I feel like, you definitely are going to have to, here's what's coming up, you don't have to let that air out your head. You don't have to get that hot head shit out of you. And then this card says stand strong. And I feel like, they want you to remain positive and facing challenges. Facing challenges. They want you to face this with strength and courage. There was negativity that got you in the situation, because you were vibrating very low. You're vibrating very low. So, yeah. They said put your trust in God's hands. I believe in life because life believes in me. I also feel like you're definitely going to have to come to the consensus that you do need help. And, you got a lot of people out there What type of bug is you? I was almost going to run, but I don't think so. This is interesting. I've never seen this. I don't even know. Oh my God, I'm just going to sit still. Baby, did it fly on me? Anyway. Oh God. Yeah. And for the other collective, I have so much other stuff to say here. It's just one of those things where we get into this reading and there's so many messages. I just feel like whoever else, I'm literally seeing this encouragement. So I have encouragement for somebody. Somebody definitely is a leader, very assertive, an alpha male, alpha female out there who's coming up with some ideals, and you're about to get really creative. And I also feel like you're gonna have a lot of friends. You're going to get this ideal that's going to create a very good wave of energy for other people, and it's going to bring in a lot of ascension, and you guys are going to ascend together. And these things are, you're going to create, I think you guys are all healers. I feel like that's what they were saying when I just seen that. Definitely got the butterfly up next. Oh my God. And the hope, appreciation, and I am the light. So whoever you are the light, and you have the ability to manifest and change. And if these people are in your energy, who I was speaking about before, I feel like you're going to have to just close out of that chapter. Leave it where it's at. It's going to have to fix itself, because right now you are definitely working on your own. You're currently working on a project, and a project that's really just for you and meant for you. And I feel like because you're being guided by your guides to stay focused and not, get into anybody else's endeavors, and yeah, you're gonna have to focus. You're gonna have to realize that baby, y'all gonna see this bra in a minute, because I'm gonna tear the shirt off, baby. That bug jumped out my shirt. Listen. Oh Lord. Okay. Like I said, we got transformation, ascension, we got all these things out on the table, and I just feel like your psychic, your intuitive gifts right now is very heightened, beyond your years, beyond this matrix. Okay, you're just gonna come on, beyond your matrix. You know what I'm saying? So listen, it's something is guiding you towards your cornucopia, which is definitely an abundance of prosperity, opening businesses, travels. It's like your utopia. So something's going on with you, and I feel like your heart's been big enough. You've helped people in your past a long time. You knew how the rhythms of life was going to be for a lot of these people, and I feel like your transformation has been the most awesome, am I saying it right? Deliberating, I don't know, they said it, and people didn't appreciate you then, and you definitely have come far from far and in between. So you've been left in the cracks, the darks, the nights, you just and it's because of your wisdom, your knowledge, and how well you show up, but now it's time to show up for yourself. Definitely work on those ideals, and if this is just you and how you're transferring, how you started here maybe and got to create, maybe you are this person, all three of these people in different timelines, and now you're here because of your ideals and how inclusive you are. I don't know what that means. Yeah, you're very inclusive. I think you choose to include people. I think what they're doing is bringing in the thing. I'm gonna read this because they keep bringing me back to this card. So it says, I am the light. The light within me shines brightly, surrounding and protecting me. I remain joyful and radiant no matter the circumstances. Like a diamond, I reflect my true splendor. Come on, man. Y'all both just climbed up here. Like a diamond, I reflect my true splendor and embrace my worthiness as a divine being. So you are a divine being. Can you go over there with your brother, please, Oracle? Go. You don't even want nothing over here. Just over here. Yeah, your heart's vision. So whatever that you've envisioned here lately has all came true. And I'm going to leave it with this. A lot of the times, these people, when they have karmic experiences, they are sitting around laughing at someone else's pain and, spitting on people's graves and wishing shit would happen to them. And when it comes back around and those things that they thought were, you know what I'm saying? Because if you think someone else, if you're sitting out around laughing at someone else's pain, I think it was Kevin Hart that had that stage presence where he was like, laugh at my pain. Okay, that's one thing. If he's giving it to you in that sense, you can laugh at his pain. But to just sit around and truly laugh at someone's pain, and then you experience the same thing that they experience, and not even that far in between from those times, that is your ancestors, your spirit guides, and your loved ones on the other side saying, let's see how well you do when it happens to you. Baby, I couldn't say that message any more clearer. I really just like, and when it's a channeled message, it comes out exactly how it's supposed to happen. And I'm gonna say this because the word fruitile, the effort is the point, the failure is guaranteed, the dignity is anything, and choosing to push again, knowing this. You definitely best know that earlier energy has come to a bump in the road, and they're about to be, like I said, Scrooge. You're about to get shown who you are really to people, who you pretend to be, who you show yourself as publicly, and what you are in the inside has been shown publicly. So it's two sides to all of us, though. You know what I'm saying? I told you I wrestle with yin and yang, and I'm totally balanced, but my yang was definitely a head buster. You know what I'm saying? You know, don't get it twisted. Hey, I got it in me. Hey, okay? All right, I'll return y'all energy to y'all. I love you guys so much. Please have a honest, good, just have a day, you know. Have a day, have a good day. Don't let other people's current situations defy your day, your week, your mood. Just, you know, say your daily affirmations, your manifestations. If you pray, do those things, you know, that make you comfortable within your own skin. Everything will work out in the end, but it was only going to work out in the timing that your ancestor spirit guides will allow it to, because everyone has lessons that are to be learned, and they're going to learn them, whether we want them to or not. We do not control the universe, but we can ask the universe to work with us and to forgive us for our trespasses. All right, return your energy to you. Make sure you like, love, subscribe, hype my videos, y'all. Y'all know that you got to scroll over to hype or something like that if you want to support my videos. I just have a Cash App. I'll say Venmo a little bit later. All that stuff is a lot. So Butterfly Goddess 888 on the Cash App. Butterfly Goddess 888, and it is in the description. All right, I appreciate you guys. Love you. Goodbye.
Hit that bass line nice and slow. Ooh, yeah. Talk box singing, let the rhythm flow. Palm tree sweat.